Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Just wanted to pop in here. I was thinking, doing some thinking. Y'all know I love to think every now and then. So, this is going to get a little nerdy, but you're going to need this. So, please have your pens, tablets, papers ready to take this down. And then journal about it and ask the Lord, how does this relate to you? Or maybe, perhaps, someone that you know. I want to talk about your brain. A few years ago, the Lord told me, we believers like saying things like, I have a spirit, I live in a body, and I have a soul. But He said, you don't know what that means. And we find it very difficult to explain that to someone outside of Christianity. We don't understand the layers, we don't understand the inner workings of what that actually means, and especially what it means for you as believers who are now targets of the adversary. Let's talk about the brain for a moment. I'm not going to talk about the whole brain, but just certain parts of the brain. So you have a center in your brain called the nucleus accumbens. Nucleus accumbens. That is AKA the James Brown Center of the Brain. Yeah, that's the James Brown Center. The reason why it's called that, because that's the feel good ministry right there. That's the part that makes you feel good. And then you have serotonin. I know you've heard of serotonin. You probably haven't heard of GABA, GABA. But the serotonin and the GABA actually work together. They're partners. And that's the part that pumps the brakes. Like, okay, yeah, you're doing too much. You need to kind of slow it down. So normal feel-good activity is when you go shopping. And if somebody says something funny, if you like someone, if you're having intercourse, that feels good. If you are spending time with a good friend, your serotonin levels, they kind of go up, but it does it at a normal rate. So what happens is, if you get prescription drugs, or maybe they're not prescription drugs, and you are taking opioids or any type of drug that boosts it up, in other words, you're here cruising at 35 miles an hour, but it's boom, just like that, you're at 60. And this could be anything from watching a football game, a basketball game, your favorite sport, whatever it is. You're at a concert, worship. It literally has you start at 35 and you come up. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But what happens is, when you have an external that's introduced, where the adversary is now using, now maybe you got prescription drugs because, you were sick and you're trying to heal, and they give you this. Be careful. Remember, pharmacy, pharmakia. And if you are taking this drug, but then you become dependent on it, what happens? Or shopping, you become dependent on it. This is your thing. This is your mood booster. Overeating, mood booster. Anything external, done overdone, and it boosts you. What happens is, it's an opportunity for those things to come in and hijack that area of your brain, the feel-good center, the James Brown Center. That's the nucleus accumbens. When that center is hijacked and you're like this all the time, that becomes your new normal. You have to stay up. You have to stay up. And so the adversary knows that part of the brain, and he will do anything and everything he can to get you to be introduced. There's some sort of gateway drug, some sort of gateway activity. What happens if you watch porn and then you get all excited and you want to keep watching it because you continue to want to get to that place, but then that's not good enough, so you have to watch more, you have to spend more, you have to take more drugs, whatever it is. And if we're looking at those that we love that are in that space, we have to be able to spiritually map that person, and bust it down to the white meat. This is the gateway. This is the entry point. Remember, we talked about category 5. We're looking at demonic structures. We're looking at entry points. All right. I don't want to get too much, but I just want to drop that in there, give you a little food for thought, and you guys let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking about, wow, the adversary. Remember, we talked about this in 2 Corinthians chapter 2, how we cannot be ignorant of the adversary's devices. Devices is a mind word. I keep reminding you, it's a mind word. It's your patterns, it's your thoughts, it's your perceptions. Lest he take advantage to exploit you. All right? So let's stay on that, and let's really start looking at that. And if there's anything that you want to share from your journal time, you can do that as well. All right? So, is this good? I thought it was good. Is this good? I think it's good. I feel good. Oh, James Brown, nucleus accumbens. Hashtag category 5.